Okay. I was waiting. I was waiting for the little thing to come on. It is Monday. It's Monday. Listen, September is right around the corner. So we are excited about the end of the month. Summer is coming to a close, and we're getting ready to go into fall. We're getting ready to go into fall. Where are the comments? Let me see some people. Is anybody here? Oh my God, I don't have my tablet on. So I don't know. Did the Task Squad show up today? Oh, okay. Well, direct deposits are hitting. Okay. Oh, the task squad showed up. Okay. I was gonna say, anybody show up? Oh my God. The task squad would never let me down. YouTube. Hey Keith. Hey Kevin. I don't know why I was nervous. I didn't see nobody. So I was like, did the task squad show up today? Checks is rolling, direct deposits are hitting. So the block is hot. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, but the task squad would never leave me stranded or hanging. Sheba is on the ones and twos, so we want to give her some love. We love us some Sheba. I love our conversations before and after the show. She's a special energy, and she's just people that are just genuinely good. You can feel it even virtually. You know what I mean? Hey, Tanya McRoberts. Hey, everybody. Thank y'all for tuning in. Can you do me a big favor? Do me a big favor. Listen, I need you, everybody that's secure in their sexuality and people that are secure in their employment. I need you to do me a big favor and invite and share this video. Invite and share. This is not Tyesse After Dark. We need all hands on deck this morning. We're trying to, YouTube goes by um, the amount of people that like the video and the amount of people that watch the video, okay, all the way through. So we need you to be actively and sharing on YouTube as well as Facebook, okay? We know some of y'all are straight, some of y'all, your job, you don't want to, be, commenting on certain hot button issues. I get it, but you share everything else. You share all the other bloggers. Share the Tyesse report. Okay, all of our donation information is at the bottom of the screen right now, so you can donate during the show, and you can also donate after the show. All of our $5 members, $5 club members that sold $5 seeds, we thank you. Continue to do so, as well as our big heavy hitters. We got some platinum and titanium donors as well. So we appreciate everybody, the $5 club members, as well as the titanium and platinum club members that keep us afloat and keep the show running. So it's a great thing to have support and people that genuinely love your voice. I cannot labor long today on these stories because I have a monumental word for the day. So I'm not going to pontificate and recapitulate on each story today. I'm going to, I'm going to hit it and quit it. And I'm going to give you the news, and I won't be able to, get too deep. So, because I do have to birth this word for the day because it is very important to me. Amen. So we are right at the 5 minute mark. It's time to get to it. We have a couple of things that are trending. We have a note. We have a notation. Hello, East. I've learned so much following you. May God continue to bless you and keep you. Thank you, Sarah. Corporal, I believe, Corporal. Thank you, Sarah. Okay, we have some notes. We have some things that are trending. Let's get to them because I got to get to this word for the day. And the thing that we need to get you right now is this notation that if you're in the state of California like I am, today is the last day to register to vote if you plan on voting in the California recall, September 14th. Today is absolutely the last day. There will be no extensions. There will be no other outlets. You have to register to vote today, okay? If there is another way, I will post it. But I believe today is this is it, okay? Okay, so the UN, the United Nations, and the Tyesse is on the tip of your tongue. The EU, okay? Um, the EU, I said the UN. Did I say the UN? Take your time, Tyesse. It's Monday. You're getting your feet wet again. Okay. I've been off since Friday. The EU, I said the UN, but I meant the EU, the European Union. Listen, they're putting some additional restrictions on U.S. travel to to Europe and the United Kingdom. So listen, you guys, um, unvaccinated people mainly is going to be, in that group. People that are not vaccinated. This is a real blow to the tourism industry. So non-essential travel. Listen, they just say, y'all need to stay over here because they basically said y'all not bringing that stuff over there. Okay, so unnecessary travel. If you're unvaccinated, honey, you may want to try looking into going to Nashville or maybe Yosemite, okay? Because you won't be going over seas. Amen. Listen, we have an apology and a correction. Um, yeah. And let me just say this, you guys. Let me just say this. I know everybody means well, right? When you give me news, I would prefer for you guys to, if you have any news that you want me to bring, please inbox it to me. You can inbox it to me live. I will see it. Okay. Inbox it to me. Don't put breaking news in the comments because it steps on my story. Okay. Okay. So just future reference. If you have any breaking news, if you have anything that you want me to cover, inbox it to me. Don't put it in the comments because it steps on the story. Okay. Um, so Uncle Joe, we just have a little bit of a listen. They said that clip that they put out was fake. It was doctored up, Uncle Joe. So, you know, Uncle Joe, we sorry. We kind of made fun of you. When we saw the whole video, you really wasn't asleep. You was kind of like, it was 11 seconds. You know, it was 11 seconds. You kind of held your head down a little bit, Uncle Joe, but you wasn't asleep. But Uncle Joe, listen, I'm apologizing to you, Uncle Joe. But Uncle Joe, you do be nodding out sometimes. Matt Gaetz and all those girls, the Republican girls, they set you up with that video. But Uncle Joe, you do be nodding sometimes. Okay, I'm gonna say I'm sorry, okay, for laughing at you, making fun of you the other day, okay? Uncle Joe, you do be nodding sometimes. Or old Kojic Baptist nod, the one of these. Uncle Joe, we love you, baby. Um, our third trending item is gospel legend Lee Williams out of Tupelo, Mississippi, not too far from my hometown of Jackson. Lee Williams and the spiritual QCs, we are celebrating his life. He was a phenomenal quartet singer, a Stellar Award winner. Listen, we love you, Lee Williams and the spiritual QCs and everybody that life he touched is giving him rave reviews and praise this morning on A Life Well Lived. The music, there's a CD that I used to play it all the time by him. I used to play it all the time, and it's called Good Time. It's called Good Time. And there's about 5 tracks on that CD. I don't play it as much, but I really do recommend listening to his CD called Good Time because there's some songs on there, baby, that'll get you going. No Fault. He's Been Good to Me, part 1 and part 2. He Didn't Have to Do It. It's so many songs on that CD. But listen, if you don't know who Lee Williams is, you probably know his voice if you don't know his name. You have been driving home from church on Sunday. You've heard Lee Williams and the Williams brothers singing Cooling Water. Okay? So that's Lee Williams. If you've been driving home from church or going out to eat, listening to a gospel station like KJLH on Sunday, you've heard Cooling Water. That's who we're talking about, okay? So rest in peace. No cause of death has been released, but we're praying for his family, friends, and fans. Amen? Okay, it's time to get to the docket. Like I said, I got to knock this out because I want to get to this word for the day. Okay, so Hurricane Ida. It's worse than we thought. It's worse than we thought. We are praying for Louisiana. We're praying for Mississippi. Mississippi is getting the brunt of Tropical Storm Tropical Storm Ida right now. So it's right over my hometown of Jackson, and it's going to make a trek, you guys. It's going to make a trek from Mississippi all the way over to New York City, going through the plains, Tennessee. So listen, this thing is about to go on a one night only tour. So if you're in the Carolinas, you're in Virginia, Tennessee, Southern Ohio, honey, listen, former Hurricane Ida, now Tropical Storm Ida, is coming to a town near you. But we have so many things that happened during Ida that we have to talk about, and that is the power going out in the city of New Orleans, and health officials are reporting that health care workers had to manually operate CPR and life support. So it's just, I can't imagine. We also have the story in Mississippi, the Magnolia State, that nurses are just resigning because they can't take the fact that people are out here still unvaccinated with this Delta variant, and the load on the hospital system is just collapsed. And like, people just don't care, because listen, we're not about to get into the vaccine debate, but people are at a point where they just say, they're not going to take it. They'll roll with their chances. And it's affecting the healthcare system because those same people are then coming to the hospital. So nurses are resigning. They say, you know what? We're good. So hospitals and hospital administrations all over the South are scrambling to find qualified medical professionals. This is not like Jack in a Box where you can get somebody by, 1 o'clock. You have to have skilled, licensed, accredited medical professionals to fill those vacancies. I'm so glad, Tanya McRoberts, I'm elated that you received your first vax. So congratulations. But we're going to be watching Ida. The damage is, just being assessed. And I just believe that one person has died, but I just believe that it's not going to be an overnight thing for recovery and restoration. They're telling people to plan to be without power for 10 days, up to 10 days. It's a possibility. Also, another thing is that we can say, and we're happy about this, is that so much is being, that's the mail. Hold on, y'all. That's the mail. Thank you. So much has, shout out to mail carriers, y'all. Shout out to mail carriers. Tim Hall in his absence. So much has changed. So much has changed since Hurricane Katrina, which hit 16 years ago yesterday. So much has changed. They've got power infrastructure in place ready to be, implemented to get the power back up. The levees, some of them were overtopped. Drainage, pumps, everything has been, upgraded since Katrina. So, $15 billion has been, invested. So we may not have the loss of life, but listen, with a storm like Ida, it's going to be a lot of devastation infrastructure-wise for a long time. Okay, so we're ready to support everybody for the long haul. So listen, we have to go over to Afghanistan. We spoke about Uncle Joe earlier. Uncle Joe is just in the crisis, the political crisis of his presidency. 59, 60% of people just don't approve of the way he handled Afghanistan. Listen, to me personally, I think Uncle Joe, I don't know why he did this in the first 8 months of his presidency. I don't know whether this is something he did on his own or whether somebody said, listen, let's try to knock out a lot of stuff early on to get numbers up. I don't know. I wasn't there. But Uncle Joe, I just don't believe that this should have been done right now during a pandemic. I know we want to get the troops out of the 20-year war, but I'm just saying, I think that if you're going to do it, you should have did a drawdown. I'm not a general. I'm not a military, person, but I believe that you should have did a steady drawdown, but not pulling everybody out at once. Yeah, Uncle Joe, this is bad. This is bad. You know, you got civilians, U.S. civilians that have died during your airstrike. You got kids and babies, Afghan people that are dying due to this stuff. And then you also have the ongoing threat right now at the airport, and you have to be out of there by tomorrow. You know, so this is bad for Uncle Joe. We're going to continue to monitor Afghanistan, and hopefully everybody, including our allies, can get out of Afghanistan by the deadline tomorrow. Okay? But Uncle Joe, baby, listen. Let me move on to my next story. There's a story out of Marin County, which is San Francisco, you know, up and through that way. There's a story out of Marin County where an unmasked, unvaccinated teacher. Just remain calm, Tyesse. Remain calm. You don't want these, okay. You got viewers, you got all kind of viewers watching right now, Tyesse. Remain calm. I am over time. I cannot believe this. Okay. An unmasked, unvaccinated teacher in Marin County. They have not released her name, but she has just become a super spreader. She's infected 27 faculty and students, including 24 in her classroom. Okay. So she was unmasked. She didn't wear a mask, and she was unvaccinated. And she spread the Delta variant throughout the school. Okay. So I'm going to move on. Okay. R. Kelly, there's a disturbing story from today's transcripts with R. Kelly. A young woman went to the concert back in the 90s at the American Airlines Arena in Miami. She went to the concert because Aaliyah was supposed to be on the bill. Aaliyah was supposed to be there. She was advertised to be there, but she was not there. They were going to see Aaliyah. So two men, they got those all access VIP they used to give out back in the day. They still give those out, but back in the day, they were huge. You know, you get to meet the person, take a picture with them, and those things were huge back in the day. You know, so she went backstage. She went backstage to see R. Kelly, and R. Kelly. Thinking, I guess she thought Aaliyah was going to be there. Aaliyah was not there. He had married Aaliyah 2 days before. So maybe she was somewhere being held hostage in one of his mansions, you know, or somewhere in a dungeon. But R. Kelly took this young girl and her friend into a separate area. You know, they took the pictures with the press and all that backstage. And then he took them to a separate room in the back. Two men escorted these young girls back there. And so from what I read this morning, the young girl, he bent one of the girls over a counter and basically sexually assaulted her. And then tried to get her friend to participate, and she wouldn't participate. When the sexual assault was over, the young woman ran out, but she was scared to report anything because she felt like if she said anything, because she wanted to get into the, you know, the industry, entertainment industry, she felt that she would be blackballed. So she never said anything, although her friend tried to get her to, you know, you need to tell somebody, go to the police. But yeah, this is what we're dealing with R. Kelly on today's transcript. Okay. Listen, let's move to miscellaneous news and other items, you guys. Very sick, Danielle. Okay, so there's a young lady, a little, you know, Instagram, you know, one of those girls, beautiful body, they're always on Instagram, they're at all the parties, the VIP parties, you know, they call them influencers, whatever you want to call them. You know, the beautiful girls, the dimes. But her name is Mercedes Moore, and she was it's unclear what's going on with her, but she was, you know, killed over the weekend. Some people saying that a pimp was involved, or it's just a really dark story. You know, Tory Lanez offered his condolences. Yeah, Okay. Anyways, but a Mercedes Moore, a young lady, bright future, beautiful girl, got herself in some situations, and we got to figure out what's going on because they were saying something about some drug deals or some pimps involved, a pimp shot her. We got to get the clear story on what happened. But young women, just beware out here. Beware. I've lived the life. It is a very dark life, honey, out there. So, honey, just be careful, please. Everything that glitters is not gold. Uh, we've seen Sparkle, 1976, of course. Um, these men will meet you and wine you and dine you. And um, I asked if he was the one who killed her. Listen, I don't know what's going on. I don't want them to come over here and bump me off, Kyrie. So I got to get the rest of the details. Um, but these men will give you the world, honey. And if you don't want to do what they want to do, the next thing you know, they don't bump you off or push you off a building or something. Lisa T, we don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. I'm going to walk back around there later on to find out what was going on. They're saying she was set up and robbed. Then there's another thing talking about there was a pimp involved. It was pimping. I don't know. I have to be careful when I walk back around there. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want them to bump me off or push me off a bridge if I'm asking too many questions. So Mercedes Moore, rest in peace. We're praying for her family and the bereaved on today. Kanye West, listen, I think this was a setup, y'all. This is my theory. Hear me out. Chris Brown called him a whole ass hole. Soldier Boy is upset. But I'm just thinking, y'all, this is what I'm thinking. This is what I'm thinking. Oh, and Ariana Grande said that is not her singing on the Donda track, okay? That's her singing background. Thank you for the clarification, Ariana. I think that Chris Brown and Soldier Boy probably thought they were going to be on the album. And when they did their track, they did everything and completed it. Kanye knew they was not going to be on the album. But he knew when he released it without them, they would go off and complete and generate more buzz. This is what I'm thinking. I could be wrong. So let them come in, do the track. When the album comes out, they're not on the track. They're gonna go up. They're gonna go bananas, and then that brings me more publicity. So I don't know. I could be wrong, y'all. Who am I? Okay, listen. Certified Lover Boy drops on Friday. People are trying to figure out about this album cover. It has a real Nick Cannon spirit to it. We don't know what's going on, Drake. You got all these pregnant ladies on the cover. Have you shot loads up in all of these people? 12 people? Drake, call us, honey, here at the Tyesse Report. We're here. Okay. Listen, we got to go over to Venice, Italy, really, really quickly, you guys. We got to go over to Venice, Italy. J-Lo is over there. The Dolce and Gabbana fashion thing is going on over there right now. Y'all see me rushing, right? I know y'all say she's rushing. Dolce and Gabbana, the fashion show, is over there right now. Everybody's over there right now. Sierra, Megan Thee Stallion, everybody. The who's over there. But J-Lo, girl, they got a picture of you, mama, coming outside, girl, and you got the tag is still attached to your cape. You didn't see the tag, the price tag, J-Lo? It's not a read. It's not a read per se, because it was, I'm sure it's a high-end label outfit, girl. But I'm just trying to figure out, Ty Squad, new followers and friends, who should be read? It's not readable, but who should be read? Should it be J-Lo for not noticing it? Or should it be her stylist for not taking the damn tag off? Who needs to be clipped? Who should be fired? I know J-Lo can't fire her damn self. Anyways, her stylist. Okay, I'm gonna do two more. How many people think that the stylist should be fired? Should J-Lo fire herself? You walk around with the ink security thing on, the tag, J-Lo. That's not a good look, girl. You in Venice. You in Italy. Listen, I'm sure it was probably a gay man. Sometimes we be rushing, y'all. We be doing too much. You doing hair, you flat ironing her hair, then you over here doing this, you doing her makeup, you trying to do too much. And you just spot that tag. J-Lo for thinking she hot. Girl, you're walking around with a whole tag on your cape. Let me get to this word for the day. Sheba, give me this word for the day. You walk around with a whole tag showing. J-Lo, Jenny from the block. There was a thread, a family thread, one of my aunts started. She started one of those, chain texts that everybody hates. So I joined in, and when I saw who I was there, you know me, I'm an Aquarius. So I decided to, you know, talk about some family issues, some things that happened to me with me and my mother years ago. You know what I'm saying? So evidently it got back to my cousin that I had a problem with. I got back to my cousin. Okay. She said she didn't see it, but somebody called her. Several people called her and told her, like, because I did a whole For Color Girls monologue in the text, right? So I love my cousin. I don't have no problem with her. I would say this. I was angry for a long time with what happened with me and my mother. I was angry. And then I felt like I was, I had healed, but I had not. So then I went from anger to hurt, and I never addressed the hurt. And I thought I thought sometimes you can think you've healed, but you have not. What you have done is you've actively just moved on. The hurt is still there. Okay. So I saw a number. I saw a number in my phone that I did not recognize, but it was her husband's name. So I said, "Is this her?" And it was her. My God, we haven't seen each other in over a decade, right? We haven't talked to each other in over a decade, at least 13 years. I've been here 13 years, so I know we haven't seen each other in at least 13 years. So she called and she said, I want to talk to you, because people are saying that I need to really explain to you what happened and how it all went down. And she went on and she explained to me what happened. And listen, when people explain what happens to you, what happened, you know, it doesn't negate how you felt or how you were hurt or how you were treated. But what I can say is that I gained clarity. I really gained clarity. And she spoke a word when she said that there are so many people that die angry with people and don't know the whole story. You know, it doesn't excuse what happened. It really doesn't. It doesn't excuse how it went down. But when someone can offer you clarification and then apologize if they hurt you, that should be enough for you to start the road to, and I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I felt free and released during the conversation. I felt it like, okay, because I was walking around with all of that hurt and a little bit of anger residue. But to have someone talk to you and say, listen, I just want to say, I got to clear this up because people don't know, they're not telling you there's a whole nother side to this, and understand my perspective. And I do understand her perspective. I understand her perspective. So that conversation, which lasted 50 minutes, is the same conversation Iyanla and Oprah had, and now they're in a better place. And Iyanla has went on and worked with Oprah and made millions and all of that. So I understand now. Sometimes, you guys, you got to step away from your hurt, get clarification, because there's always more to the story. Don't go to your grave hating people. Don't go to your grave mad at people. Because to be honest, what I wrote in that text was meant to generate a visceral response because I have not truly healed. But she met me with, let me clarify and give you some of the answers that you may need. Again, this don't change what happened, but oh my God, does it work for your healing? Does it give you freedom to move on? I don't have to go into all of the details, but let me tell y'all this, Ty Squad. Some of y'all, the word for the day, some of y'all, oh my God, I feel this thing. Give me 2 minutes, Sheba. Some of y'all need to have the conversation I had with my cousin, with somebody. You're angry, you have not forgiven, you're writing sly little remarks on text, and you're writing when you go to, functions, you side eye and rolling your eyes at people, gossiping about people that did you bad. And then you may get this revelation that it may not have been the way you thought it was. So you're walking around actively holding venom for somebody, and you may not ever get a chance to really fully strike them with it because they didn't really do it the way it all went down. You see what I'm saying? So you're just walking around holding venom to sting somebody with it. If you have somebody, somebody in your family that you need to have this conversation with, I encourage you to do it today. I encourage you to go to YouTube and look at the conversation Oprah and Iyanla had. And a lot of times people say, people always say, move on, give it up, But there are things that hurt you. T.D. Jakes preached on this. There are things that hurt you to your core. When people tell you to get on with it, move on, no. T.D. Jakes say, if it hurt me, I'm going to talk about it. And I encourage you to do the same. Don't sit with it. Don't let it fester. But if you need to, talk about it. Let people know, listen, this hurt me. I'm sorry. I explained to her, I'm sorry. Because at the time, I was a firecracker, and I could have done things different. She apologized. I'm sorry. And I told her I would save her number and I would be in touch, But we talked about COVID and life and what if. What if I would have died? And she said, I'm a Christian woman. I'm trying to get to heaven. I don't want nothing, in my heart or anything. I'm sorry. Y'all, I felt about 5 pounds lighter, because we both got it off of us. We both got it off of us. Thank you, Sheba, for this extra time. Y'all, shout out Sheba for this extra time she gave me. But I had to bring this word for the day. Some of them stories I rushed through, but I had to tell y'all, have that hard conversation with whoever you need to have it with. Don't take it to the grave with you. Please don't. I love you. I love you. I love you. Continue to support the Tyesse Report financially. All of our donation platforms are listed. Continue to watch, share, and invite. I love you, and I'll see you a little later this evening. Have a phenomenal Monday. And remember, sometimes there's more to the story that you may need to hear. Have a great day. Bye.
What's up, Ty Squad? Thank you guys for watching today's episode of the Tyesse Report. This episode is brought to you by Pyro Media Network. Pyro Media Network is a Black-owned business focused on providing a safe space for creators and entrepreneurs. We have helped companies, businesses, and brands navigate the biggest communication shift in over 500 years, social media and the internet. If you or someone you know would like to have your brand or business go to the next level, please visit www.pyromedianetwork.com. Please don't forget to follow Tyesse on IG at _Tyesse_report and like on Facebook at facebook.com/the official Tyesse Report. And if you're enjoying the Tyesse Report, please consider watching Tyesse After Dark, airing every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. The Tyesse Report, Tyesse After Dark, and the Tyesse Jackson brand wouldn't be here without your support. To continue to show your support, please feel free to donate via Cash App, Venmo, Zelle, or PayPal. The information is below. All right, Ty Squad. See you on the next.